Well, hey guys, this is Matt with 42 Pros, and in this video, we're gonna discuss a few budget-friendly options for lighting some interviews. So let's get started. Welcome back to 42 Pros, and as usual, we say thank you for watching our videos. It is greatly appreciated. Now, before we get started, all the gear and options that we'll be talking about and discussing will be in the description below with some links. So be mindful that some of those may be affiliated, some may not. Just want to give you a heads up on that. Well, option one is the most budget-friendly one, simply because if you already have a light, then you don't need to buy anything else. And this option is to bounce your light off of something white. Now that could be a white wall or a white ceiling, or if you want to go out and get you a piece of cardboard that is white, then that could be an option that you could tape it up on a wall, and then you can have a bounce to bounce the light off and get some diffused lighting. Now, if you do not have a decent little light, then you need to head on down to your hardware store and get you a clamp light, and specifically get the biggest one that you can find, and you'll probably spend anywhere from $10 to $15, and then you can get the appropriate light bulb to go in that clamp light in order to get the type of lighting that you would desire. Once you do go out to buy that stuff, whether it's the clamp light or the light bulb or both, be sure to get one that is very compatible to your camera. So if you have a camera like the A7 III, which we're using now, typically you don't have to worry too much about lighting, but it definitely helps to have some bright lights. Now, if you're using one that's not really great with low light performance and the ISO kind of gets grainy, then you probably want to get a brighter light bulb in order to use this option. So bright pixels equals sharp images. Just remember that. But with this option, as you can see, you can get some good diffused lighting using this type of setup. Now, it's not the most professional looking one, so I wouldn't recommend going out on a paid job and interviewing clients like this. But if you're on an extremely tight budget, or if your stuff gets lost in the airport, which can happen, there's another option for you. Now, for this next option, I'm actually using that option right now. It is a LED light, which is the Yongnuo YN300 Mark III, a 32-inch shoot-through umbrella on a light stand with a umbrella mountable light holder or light mount for the light stand. Whew, that was a lot to talk about. But this whole package, you got about 80 bucks in this specific lighting setup, and it's not really gonna break the bank, but it does a very, very good job in diffusing your light and starting to look a little professional. As you can see, you got this pretty little umbrella, shoot-through umbrella, that gives you some really good soft diffused lighting. But there are some drawbacks to using this, and it really comes to play when you're in a very small room, like my office. My office is roughly 10 by 12 feet. So if I use this specific light, the light tends to spill everywhere because I do not have any sides to the umbrella that's controlling the light and giving it a specific direction in which it needs to go. Now, for the last option, which I think is option 3, we'll keep everything the same, except we're going to swap out our diffusers and get a 32-inch or a 48-inch Godox diffusing umbrella. And it looks very similar to the umbrella, the shoot-through umbrella, but it has a flat surface on the front and it has blackout sides, which I really, really like because you can control the direction of your light as well as how much spill that you have into the room that you are filming. I really, really like this light. This is one of the favorite setups that I personally have for doing interviews. And for the most cases, if you've watched any interview that I've ever produced, more than likely something like that is what I have used. Now, specifically, if you've watched the TV show called Chasin, which I'll add a card somewhere here in the link below, you will definitely see this lighting setup that I used predominantly through season 2 of that TV series. But as you can see, you get really good light. It's starting to look extremely professional, and you get more control over your light, especially with a light like the YN300 Mark III, because you can use the remote or the Bluetooth app with that light specifically and control the intensity and the color if you have the bicolor light. So you can get a lot of flexibility and really be able to control and direct what type of look that you're going for when it comes to do your lighting for your interviews. That's all we have, guys. Hopefully that helped you out. If it did, be sure to give us a like. And if this is a type of content that you really appreciate and getting something out of, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell, and we'll greatly appreciate that. And that way you will get notified anytime and every time that we get a new video posted up on 42 Pros here on YouTube. But with that said, guys, be sure to get the gear that is right for you, because only you can do your projects. And since we usually only have one chance to get it right, why not do it right and only do it once? Till next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video.